Hey YouTube, today we're gonna change the door mirrors on this 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. You can see this one, like the springs or something that they just broken. I got a couple replacements from Rock Auto. So let's go ahead and take this one off, replace it, and then we repeat it on the other side. We gotta start by removing the door panel. There are 3 screws to take off. One in here, there's a Phillips. There's a Torx right behind there, you can barely see it. And there's one under this little thing here. You could use a little tool like this to pop the panel clips off from the back. Or if you don't care about them, you could just grab the panel and tug. And they should just pop all the way out, just like so. Behind the door, you have a couple of these little clips here to take off for the door lock and the door handle. And then here's the wiring harness that you need to unplug. With the door panel out of the way and the wiring harness unplugged, you can see there are just 3 10mm bolts that remove the mirror. We want to make sure and hold on to this piece of foam. With that out of the way, we should just be able to hold this and remove it and pull the wiring harness through. So this replacement mirror comes with a rubber grommet, but you should be able to see here that this mirror is heated. All these WJs come pre-wired for heat. It's just whether or not when you purchased it originally, if you bought a mirror that was heated. Let's go ahead and refit this. It has this little foam seal here. Gonna put the wiring harness through this hole and connect it up on the other side. You don't want to tighten it too tight to over tighten and crack the plastic. So while we have this door taken apart, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these speakers. These are the factory speakers. They're not the Infinity speakers, but I'm gonna replace these with some of these kickers. They're 400 watt, 150 watt RMS. The model number is CSC 693, and I'll have a... They're just 4 screws to remove to get the speaker off. Once you have the screws off, there's just a little teeny weeny wiring harness back here. Just press the button and pull it out. These are some really crappy paper cone speakers. These come with a little grill that we're not gonna use. Of course, we're not gonna use this grill. The kit comes with some wires and some screws. We're just gonna reuse the factory screws. When you buy speakers from Crutchfield, you also get a wire adapted kit, so we could reuse this exact same clip. Now Crutchfield makes this thing really easy for us. It has this small clip, this small connector, and the big connector already wired up the way it's supposed to be. So all you need to do is connect the small one to the small terminal, big one to the big terminal, and just plug it up in here and screw it in. Just gonna plug these in. We're just gonna screw this in, and we're gonna use the factory screws. The speaker in place, mirror in place. We could go ahead and put this little foam backing piece back on. And we could go ahead and put the door panel back on, connector, the wiring harness, the door lock and the door opener actuating rods, and move over to the other side. So we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. Take these 3 screws out, pull the door panel off, replace that mirror, replace this speaker. Alright, speakers replaced on this side too, and the mirror on this side. The moisture barrier came apart and fell apart in pieces. Since it's still some daylight out, let's go ahead and do the same thing on the back doors. To remove the rear door panels, It's just 2 screws, Phillips in here, Torx in here, and it just pops right out just like the front. We're gonna replace this with one 6 3/4 inch speaker on the side here. We might have to use the trim removal tool, maybe. Nope, comes right off. And just like the front doors, you gotta unclip those actuator rods. The speaker just comes out, wiring harness unplugs. We're gonna use these Kicker CSC 67 speakers. These were on sale on Crutchfield. They come with these little wiring adapters, just like the front. Let's go ahead and mount them in there. We might have to drill some holes for them. So, with the speaker, right side it up, and about in the center of this panel, we could mark 4 holes. Mark that. Whoa. So that looks like. So I'm officially out at daylight, but I'm gonna attempt to do the other side. Alright, this wasn't the best video I've ever done, but with a little bit of help from some exterior lights, I was able to get this completed. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry for the darkness, but if you do, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.